Hello and welcome to the REVN community stream. Sorry we're starting a bit late. We are going to be better about that in the future. We've got a new thing. Shout out to Ty for putting together our beautiful new animations for the community streams. I'm really excited to use these. If you couldn't tell, I'm probably going to ask him to make some more because I think that having moving stuff on screen is cool. This is the
Mhm.
community stream for update 15.20. It's coming out on Monday. That's going to be June 6th. This is a pretty big patch, if I'm not mistaken. So let's jump right into it. We're also going to talk about some of the events going on next week as well. So, for new content this week, not a whole lot, but we do have some new sound effects on the feet. Uh, Sound effects on feet. That's not what I meant to say. We have footsteps. Um, when you walk on things, it goes clunk clunk. Looking for feedback on that. If you guys think they're too loud, too quiet, need some adjustment, let us know. This is sort of a first draft of those new sound effects. Also, Angel is getting some new animations. They now hover, and I think there are some new attack animations coming soon. I don't think the new attack animations are in here yet, but we've been doing a lot of work on those, and I'm really excited to see them when they do come out. I'm actually going to pull up some concept art for those attack animations and show that later towards the end of the stream. Balance changes. Alistair, you're our lead balance guy. There's a lot of numbers on screen. What's going on here?
So right off the rip, just some ongoing recoil adjustments with the assault rifle and revolver. Revolver got its recoil reduced. Assault rifle got its bloom reduced because, as it stands, burst firing with the assault rifle, can lead to some weird moments where you're like popping up a little bit, between bursts,
Okay.
more than we wanted. And the bloom was also just making it harder, to use on top of that. So, reduced that. Energy resist gear spec got cut down from 2 to 1.4. This is because energy resistance is really, really good, and getting 2 of it from your gear spec kind of meant that you could kind of just negate a caster from
Hmm.
doing their damage. So I went ahead and just cut it down to be in line with what you get for armor. We'll probably be doing some ongoing looking at energy resist in the future. Um, Otherwise, the move speed gear spec got reduced to half of one move speed, point 0.5. Uh,
That was pretty
Previously, it
needed.
was point
Yeah.
0.8. Yeah, move speed was really strong. There's actually some other stuff in this slide here relating to move speed. Says if you want to talk a little bit about the caps that we put on
Okay.
player
Yeah.
MS.
Yeah, so we've introduced a cap on move speed while you are walking and aiming your weapon and crouching. There is no cap when you are sprinting, holding down shift or toggling shift to run. But when you are in any sort of non sprinting state, there is a move speed cap. I believe that cap is 200 centimeters per second or units per second across all of those different areas. No, it's 200 for crouching, 200 for aiming, and I believe 340 when you are walking. So you can still gain some bonus move speed if you buy an item like Scout Protocol or Assassin's Edge. You will aim walk faster, you will crouch walk faster, but there is a cap to how fast you can get. And there's really two reasons why we went and implemented that change. Number one, balance reasons. At a certain point, being able to walk and hip fire a weapon while moving 700 units per second is a little busted. So we're putting in a cap. You cap out at 340, which is still pretty fast. You're a decent amount faster than other players, but you're not the Flash. You're not blitzing around the map while also shooting your weapon. The other reason is for animations. At a certain point, the animations speed up, looks pretty silly, and so this cap will make your animations look a lot smoother because they're a lot more realistic looking when you're moving at a more realistic speed.
Yeah, right on. So just kind of overall nerfing move speed kind of across the board though, is the result. It'll still take you about like two move speed items or move speed item to move speed gear spec to really start like hitting those caps. So it shouldn't be particularly impactful for the average player unless you are one of the people who is taking a move speed gear spec and building 3 move speed items.
Gwyn.
Um, yeah,
That
yeah,
one person who
myself.
was doing that, and
Yeah,
Alistair. Yeah, yeah,
no, it was Arb too. Arb was all over it. I think a lot of people were. I think it was just strong.
yeah.
Anyways, this is our response. Um, Incendiary rounds has been a pretty lackluster ability for a while. It's getting a big ol' weapon damage scaling buff from 50% to 100%. I'm pretty interested to see what this does. It could be really strong. I tested it uh for a while. I think it's okay, hopefully, but Incendiary rounds does have a pretty low cooldown, so we're gonna see how this pans out. Um Otherwise, you get super minion buffs coming because we have seen that super minions kind of just get melted, especially since players have gotten more Iker and they're getting more levels, getting stronger faster. Super minions just kind of die to like one player or two players, oftentimes, even when they're spawned like pretty early on in the game.
Okay,
Um, so we're getting big ol' HP increase from 8,000 to 10,000, so another 2,000 health, and an armor increase from 60 to 90.
okay. Exciting. I'm actually really excited to see those super minion buffs because they are the sort of final push to win the game, right? So having them be strong is very, very important.
Right, right. And yeah, lately they just haven't quite been making the cut, so they're getting a big old buff up. Um, Otherwise, we're also going to be reducing the amount of percent max HP damage the core deals. Previously it was 10%, now it's going down to 7% max HP damage. Um, and that's on the little like pulse for all enemies who are within the core's radius who have aggroed it. Uh, this is another thing that we are doing in an effort to kind of reduce game times, along with the super minion changes, and really make decisively pushing and ending the game earlier more rewarding. Um, Same with the Hunter Iker reward increase. It was previously 1,000 Iker per team member. It is now 1,500. So Hunter is actually going to have a pretty heavy swing in Iker lead in the early game when it spawns, especially for those like 10-minute full team jungle boss takes. It's going to be really impactful. We're hoping to see a lot more fast action on that side of the map. And respawn timers. Again, another thing, maxes out at 60 seconds. So previously it would max out at 40 seconds, which could lead to a situation where people were kind of just like dying and then respawning, but always being able to respawn and defend for their life and then cyclically do this, which was also not helping with the game time problem.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna actually put up a little BRB screen to pull up my next slide because I just edited this in real time and I don't think it's gonna show up if I don't do this. Let me just yep. All right, I'm gonna switch this over.
Uh,
I'm gonna do a quick thing. There we go. We're back. Um, all right, cool. So I just wanted to throw up some concept art that Jake did for the animations for the angel because I thought these were super cool. Um, and I wanted to make sure we showed them off. And Alistair probably didn't expect me to throw these on here, so I
I did
apologize.
not, because I was thinking about putting them on, but I wasn't sure if we were able to show these yet or not, because I wasn't
Uh,
sure how locked in we were on that. But we
I'm
will go
feeling I'm
for it.
feeling pretty confident that these are going into the game
Okay.
in some form or another. There may be some adjustments. So I should probably put out the disclaimer: these are work in progress. This is concept art, but this is the direction we're taking the Angel. I know we've been talking and talking and talking for months about how we are going to be, improving the animations and making the boss fight more interesting. So this is your first sort of early look at what that's going to look like, some of the different attacks that the angel is going to have, some sort of AoE slam attack when it flies up into the air. We're looking at some meteor strikes, some slashing attacks, and as well as new animations for when it spawns and dies. These again may not be the final version, but this is the direction we're going in with these. I'm really excited to see these worked on. The hover animation we showed earlier is already going to be in the game on Monday, and you can probably expect to see some of these coming out in the near future as well. And coming with this as well, there's going to be some AI updates to the Angels. So right now, it's got a pretty basic attack pattern, about as basic as it can get. It stands there and it shoots at you. It doesn't move around. It doesn't react to the players in any way. So, apologize for the random notification sound that just came through my computer. But with these coming in, we're also going to be updating the AI for Angel, which will include things like moving around the arena while it's fighting you, jumping up into the air, crashing down, trying to react to players that crowd around the boss because you're crowding around to claim the orb when it drops. So we're going to be working on all of that alongside these animation updates, which I'm very, very excited to see sort of three different areas of the game come together, which is balance, AI, and animation and art. All of those things are going to come together to make this boss fight something really cool in the next few updates. All right. After this, we have our next big announcement, which is the stress test weekend. Alistair, tell us about this.
Yeah. So from June 10th to June 12th, you'll be able to download Revan off of Steam and hop in game. And we are encouraging everyone to kind of like queue up and over the weekend and try and stress test the servers. You're going to be able to use code WKND10 weekend 10 to claim 1,000 credits. That code is only going to be valid June 10th through June 12th. And basically, we're just going to be helping you to start building up that ability collection. Maybe you can buy an ability that you've been watching in the playtests or something that you want to try out that has really like caught your eye. And yeah, June 10th, June 12th, server stress test weekend. Downloads, I believe, are going to remain open on Steam after this.
Yep.
Uh,
As well as account
but
creation. So if you've been waiting to make an account for Revan,
right.
starting June 10th, not sure the exact time of day, it might be noon Eastern time. You'll be able to make your account for Revan if you weren't able to before. And that account creation will also stay open after the weekend is over. So the weekend's going to be a great time to get in, learn to play the game if you haven't played before, or if you're a returning player. There should be a lot of players online during the weekend. We're going to be in the Discord server. Developers will be around to play with you, take feedback, answer questions, all of that. We're really looking forward to this. It's going to be a fun weekend, and we're hoping to organize more stress tests in the future so that we can bring everyone together for these big testing events. But this is the first one coming up, and I mean it's coming up in what, like 8 days now, so that's pretty exciting as well.
Yep, that's gonna be like next week. So this stress test will be on the patch that we've been talking about so far. So all the things you saw up earlier are gonna be in the patch for the stress test.
Exactly.
Should be pretty fun.
Right. And to keep in mind, when you're giving feedback on the stress test, we'll be testing over the weekend, which means that we will do our best to fix a couple of major bugs if something pops up over the weekend. But otherwise, balance feedback, that kind of thing, will probably take a week or two for it to filter out to the next patch. That's just the nature of game development. You give us feedback on a Saturday, we start working on it on Monday or Tuesday. Patch is going to be coming out the next Monday. So, if this is your first time playing Revan, do expect there's a bit of a delay to some of the bug fixing and balance patching, but we try to be as responsive and fast as possible. And those weekly patches are one of the best ways that we can do that. All right, and let's
Right on.
close out with just a look at our upcoming events. We have our regular community playtests on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We're going to continue hosting these after the account creation and after the stress test. So if you don't get a chance to play during the weekend, you can always join us on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern or Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And then we have these community streams hosted every Thursday here on Twitch at twitch.tv/ambitiousdevs at 7 p.m. Eastern. They are also uploaded to YouTube, sometime during the next week, usually Monday or Tuesday, so you can catch them there. So if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, I would encourage you to subscribe so you get these every week. We really appreciate all the support. And then finally, another reminder, new account creation plus stress test coming up June 10th.
Right on. And as always, if you do create an account and you're looking for a match throughout the week, uh, just join the Discord and use the LFG channel.
Right,
We'll
right. We've got the
hopefully
LFG
post
channel.
people
Great
around
place to find
to
players.
look for games. Will certainly be something to utilize on the weekend of the stress test if you're looking for people to queue with and whatnot.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a link to our Discord server, you can find it on our website, revngame.com. It is also, I believe, linked on our YouTube, on our Twitch, wherever you're watching this. There should be a link to join our Discord as well. If you can't find it, check our website. We'll see you there.
All right, see you guys next week.